Yeah, I got to keep myself strong and in the game. They can't knock me out like this. The last three videos, I made 15 minutes, and they came out to 4, 5, and 6 minutes each. So I got to pump up and repeat what I said if I can remember, but I can't remember what I did 2 minutes ago. Real event C. I am thus the Jack. R. I am JR. I am the resident. R. Resident. R. Angel resident. Why do I say angel? Because sound the R. R. AR is how the R sounds. So I'm an angel resident right inside the letter. Every letter tells you what it is. B. You are a B. And an E. You are an E world beta female. Now it could be a BI, and that would be true. It would be from a birth of 9 months. Okay, so it depends what language it is in. It might say something different, birth of 9 months. But we're going to go on to C, which is, how do you want to say C? You want to say it with an S? You want to say just the letter C? CE, creation E world, 3 and 5. 3 by 5 is 15, and 8 is 23, which becomes the W of creation. You want to go to the D. The D's a funny one, because every time I think of D, I think of angel. Only because of on the cards, they're always curling their hair. The king has his hair curled in a D. No, it's an E. But if you look at the king on the bottom, don't turn the card over. Look at it the way it is, because one world is upside down to ours. Isn't it like that in Greece when the power is not connected the same way? Are all the colors the same? Does it matter which way the sway of the motion of the ocean is? Talking about the swaying of the ocean, oh my God. You know what I had in a blinding flash of light? This cotton candy Cinderella dream in which every time something passes through our system, it creates a black hole or a rupture, and it goes out of our system, and then the cotton candy machine, that's our Earth, spins, and it's all made out of gummy balls and what do you call, and caramel apples, and it just sews up the outside. I just want to go to the exterior universe and give it a lick. Tastes good. How come no one told me about this before? Candy canes and lollipops. If you know what the lollipops are, okay, those are the actual lighthouse corners, because it's one of these, and it's a lollipop. It's a lollipop, happy face, in all disgrace. He gave me mace, he turned my face green. Blah. So as you see, it's like this. So that's the I for the island. How do you say island? ISL? I, 9, S, spirit of life. The 9-month spirit of life, the birth, the island. We're the islands. We're all the islands. Don't tell me you don't live on an island or a mountain or something. Do you live in the valley? On an island? On a mountain? That's what it's all about. Thank God, only 3 minutes. Okay, so what I wanted to go to here is that our Earth is, I call it tricylindrical. It's not even a word. What it means is we're in motion under 3 values. One is the center value, and the other 2 are the balance values. They call it the yin and the yang. So our universe is balanced. And I presume somehow we're balanced around Sun and Jupiter. Jupiter and the Sun. We are 4 planets before Jupiter, which would be in the section of Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars, in which, if I get my understanding right, I think the Earth is the 5th largest planet, and it's the 5th smallest planet. It's pretty weird, eh? I could be wrong. Gotta check it out. Then you'll know. Then you'll know, and then you'll know I know, and then you'll believe what I know you know. Okay? What else was there? So anyways, yeah. So then we have Jupiter, and then on the outside of this situation, okay, lies the planets of Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. Just like the 9 card. You have Jupiter in the center on the 9 card, and you have 4 up here and 4 down here below to balance on the scale. Now the question is that the proper way to do it? Or do we do it odd and even numbers? What is odd and even numbers? Well, we're going to assume that male is all odd and female is even. So we're going to assume that the number 2 even planets are all female. Okay? So now we're going to pair them up. We pair up Mercury and Earth. They have 1 moon. We pair up Venus and Mars in our area, and they have 2 moons, and they're both on Mars. Okay? They have the 2 moons because they pick up from Earth, the 1 moon, and from the beta world, the Venus world, they have to pick up from there also. So they pick up, Mars picks up from 2 planets. Okay? And, excuse me, yeah, Mars is 2 planets. It picks up from Venus and itself. Earth is only 1 itself. Okay? Forget about Mercury, because if you wanted to have a Mercury, Mercury is the spirit planet. It's the fastest thing on Earth. It's your blood pressure. It's so far up and so far down. It's so far out. You're so confused. You don't know what's happening. You're going to fall down. Oh my God. Don't you know? Could have had a Mercury. What color is the sun? Okay? Keep thinking, why is it yellow? Anyways, or was it? Yes. So the planets can also be aligned in the sense where 2 and 4 are together and 1 and 3 on one side of the weight of the balance, and on the other side of the balance you can put Saturn and Neptune on the north-south, and then on the east-west you would put Uranus and Pluto, and they would be the male planets. And then, okay, another way you can do that, okay, just give me a second, is take all 4 corners and divide it. It's a little complicated because remember how you split a pie up? Cut it like an X, okay? Just cut it like an X. You got a pie split up, okay? And what you can do in the tic-tac-toe is 1, 3, 7, 9 are all corners. Same, Mercury's a corner, Earth's a corner, number 7, Uranus is a corner, and 9, Pluto is a corner. Okay, now if you try all these scenarios that I've given you, in one scenario you will see that that Neptune is going to cross over Pluto. Just by me telling you how this is set up. Just plain ordinary. I didn't look anything up. It might mean nothing, but you know what? I'm just so close. Close is good sometimes. I'm that close. That's how good it is. The other thing I want to tell you is about the 40s. I keep telling everybody about the 40s. The end this way is the 14th letter. The 14th place on Rubik's Cube, okay, is the center core. What's counted as the center core. It's something you never see, okay? You use it and use it, but you never see it at all, okay? So that's the center core, okay? It can also look like a cross inside, okay? Because no matter what, you're turning that always in some sort of cross or T. You know, when you turn just the top, that's a T turn. It's a transfer turn. You're transferring from one side to the other side, and you're not transferring on the other side. Therefore, now the letter T that I've used for transfer and the meaning for it as the 20th letter, it now works out because of what the usage of Rubik's Cube is all about. Okay? This cube here, whoever did this, does he know how smart he is? Does he know what he let go when he let this out on the market? This is the black box. Something about this in here tells us everything. The one part I can't figure out is how can our planets be so close to each other? Okay, because, well, maybe they're not. Maybe they do this or something, and they're actually always, but we can never tell because God compensates everything, so you just can't actually see exactly what the whole universe is about because it's being compensated on the outside. We don't see, we live in the bubble. We don't know what's going on outside the bubble, do we? Boom. Bubble gum. So anyways, what we have here is we have 4 islands in 3 worlds each, totaling 12. Each side has a 10 walk. The reason for the 10 walk, because we count 0 to 9 equaling to 10. Okay? We have 12 of them. So in Monopoly, if you notice, each one of them has 4 sides. That's the reason we go around 40 in Monopoly. In order to have them all come back to even, we have to do it 12 cycles. So the 12 cycles of 12 equals to 144 total cycles going around at 40 on Monopoly. So the 40 would be 40 as in years, which would equal to 5760, means the year 2000. Now there's 15 years left for the game. Okay, it's overtime. 2015. 20th letter is T, 15th letter is O, overtime. Okay, the 15th letter is also known as O for water, and can be translated also by splitting it in half by giving one side a 10, since it's the 15th letter, and the other side a 5. So you now have 15, and in French you would say je, which means I, and it also means for juice, which is the energy of the game we play here on this incredible planet. Okay, and that's why it's the year 2015. It's also the year 5775 because it repeats a word saying eggy, but it means, in all actuality, it means the male god of spirit and God in the male spirit. And it breaks down to, because in the dice, okay, when I say this as a complete dice. But if I would break down this dice, there's only 2 actual dice. It's the 1 and the 2. There's no other dice. The dice is turned this way, this way, this way. They turn the 2 dice 4 ways, and they put a dot in every single corner. The 1 dice sits in the center, so you complete it. You now have the 9 lives of the cat in the dog pound, sitting underneath the key or numbers of 3, 6, and 9, which 3 and 9 come together to equal the 12, which would be the 4th value row underneath, making the square in roulette a perfect square, and an equation equaling 12. The only single digit equation that equals anything at all is that number 12 under the numbers 3, 6, and 9, 18 high, the 12 tribes, 12 and 18, 30, 3 worlds, 30 and 18, 48, the heaven, 52, 5 and 8, 52, meaning the heart of man. Okay? You can play it back. I made a little mistake in there, but don't you worry. So now we have the year 2075. Have you ever looked at the lots of land? Have you ever looked the way everything is? It's rectangular. I wish I can show you. It's almost like a domino game. You ever see something like this? Dominoes leaning on each other? Those are the 3 worlds leaning on each other. Like that. Just like that. And we're in the center. And that's, and somehow that's the 3 worlds, but that's not broken down because we have to put out the islands in our world. Do you understand? It's inside another world. Just like when you make a child, it's inside another world. Okay? Yeah, and you know what's funny? All the beaks of all birds, okay, they're all the diamonds. That's all they are the cubes. There's a slice across it, shows the beak, and that's it. Those are the birds. Number 14, did I tell you about Rubik's Cube? It's number 14 on the first cube, and it's number 41, I think, on the next cube, or 40. But once you hit number 41, you've hit the second cube of Rubik's Cube, and you've hit the middle part. Once you hit the middle, now you have freedom for the rest of that dice. So 41 puts you in another world. That's why it's 41. Anyways, and at 68, it says man of heaven. It's an expression, so you're already out of the world by that time. Because there's expressions in between explanations. But don't forget that when you see a number 6 and 7, the 6 is in the 10 position, the 7 is in the 1 position, so the 1 is supposed to be a